Well, welcome Twitch chat and YouTube. Back to Honkai Star Rail. We actually did finish Penacony. It felt like I had been close for weeks now to finish Penacony. But it finally happened for sure last week. So now we just get to screw around in other fights and things that I haven't cleared out or need to do until the next story drops. And I think if I remember correctly, I saw that the new character that they were gonna release was gonna be actually Sunday, which was funny because the person that I saw it from, they were talking about how, oh wow, so this time it's not gonna be another random character that they decide to just throw out there. It's actually gonna be somebody new from the Penacony arc that had yet to be released. And that was Sunday. Poor old Sunday got the shaft. But... Oops. Okay, this is a travelogue thing. Wait, I had a companion mission. Yes, Masquerade Duet. Speak with Dr. Edward. You receive a message from Dr. Edward. He's the owner of the, He's that owner of the, pawn shop of memories. For people who don't remember him, I can't believe that I remember his name too. Dr. Edward has invited you to the Dreamscape sales store to experience a dream left for you by a lady named Black Swan. Of course, you know who Black Swan is, but cannot think why she would have left a dream for you. Go to the Dreamscape sales store to see. Perhaps you will only receive your answer once you experience it yourself. So here we go. Time to find out what she wants.
Oh, is that a stain? I like this coat.
Yes, we know. Well, maybe you should stop staining your coat. It's just a thought. Because I feel like she does it all the time. But that's also like one of the basic dialogues you get in the game, so whatever. Oh, wait, I'm not even on my team because I was still running some quick things. So these are the 4 people that I was able to get to level 80 currently. My healer, Kafka, Black Swan, and Himiko. And the reason why I chose Himiko is even though she may not be an always guaranteed DOT, she does place burn on people frequently enough for me to have focused on her.
Trailblazers from the Astral Express, welcome to the Dreamscape sales store.
Yeah, you wanted me here.
Oh, please excuse me. I struggle to think of an appropriate way of addressing such esteemed guests as yourselves. You must be here to experience those dream bubbles. I've already made the necessary preparations. Be careful, though. We did pass the safety inspection stipulated by 27 damage Ferris and Article 076 However, this dreamscape will feature unfiltered and unpolished fresh memories. It will make for a very vivid experience.
Okay, but Black Swan technically... You told me Black Swan had something specifically for me.
I don't know if you're into that kind of thing. If you feel any discomfort, please leave the dreamscape immediately and seek professional medical help. Luckily, I just so happen to be an excellent doctor. Albeit a psychiatric one.
I can't say I believe you 100%.
Please, close your eyes and rest your forehead on the dream bubble.
Touch the dream bubble.
I nearly forgot. That elegant girl mentioned something before she left.
The nature of this memory is special. Don't ruin the dreamscape experience for anyone else by spoiling the ending.
Okay. How would I spoil it for anybody else?
In my estimation, there is no question about it. This is murder.
Murder. Such a foreign word to us. The people of Penacony could never come to any harm while under the watchful protection of the family.
The Order.
In a dream, even if you're bashed 1,000 times with a hammer, at worst, you'll still wake up in reality in a hotel.
Not necessarily. Even if the result does not
Okay, is this
constitute
really
harm,
sample, or
the
is this...
criminal intent is clear enough. You specifically
It's not Scarlet.
came here to cordon off the scene because of the unsavory nature of this
It's
case.
not Scarlet.
Right.
Whatever the hell her name
You're
is. The
not
other
wrong.
mask.
Even if there are no casualties.
And I say that
Smashed
like...
over the head with a hammer in the middle of the street for no
I say that
reason
like
at
I
all.
believe Sampo is a masked fool. I don't know,
It's
like,
not
I
the
don't think
kind
it's
of thing
confirmed.
that happens on Penacony.
And Tenna was like pretty
You are guests
sold
of
on
the
it
Oak
herself.
family, so you may investigate
And the way
crime
Sampo
scene.
naturally acts,
I'll
I
be
would
on standby
I
over
would
here.
be again. It's not hard to believe. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Are you a witch? Just how did you manage to convince them in the blink of an eye that we're some kind of detectives?
Tell the truth, offer no explanation. Just in case.
Just some suggestions at the memory level. If something happens in everybody's memory, then that something becomes a fact. Rather than hearing endless explanations, would you like to experience it for yourself?
No. Hey, you can save that for the enemy.
Okay, but you are I'm pretty, like...
Then
I don't
on to
think
the
Sampo
next
was
order
ever
of
here.
business.
Which is
Let's
sad, because I
discuss
do
your
like Sampo.
companion, shall we?
Memo Keeper of the Garden of Recollection. I've been watching you for quite some time.
Or maybe it is?
You stole a glance at me when you first entered the hotel. You followed me wherever I went inside the dreamscape. In the windows along the commercial street. In the pond water reflections of the Ideen Park. Even in the reflections of the wine glass.
Well, I mean, she has to make you feel crazy.
Everywhere. My dear, do you have a crush on me? Well then,
No.
seeing as you're so interested in me,
No.
let's play a little game. I left a puzzle for you near OT Mall. Solve it and prove that you're capable of pleasing me. If you can solve it, then we can talk. Don't leave me waiting.
I can see
my
why.
dear. Before
Especially after this
Penacony
companion
gets
mission.
Flipped upside down. Try to find me.
As to how you think
Catch
Sampo is
me
definitely part of the mask
and
fools.
stop
Because
me.
Black Swan said
There's
companion,
actually
and then
more
she
than one
popped
memo
up.
keeper who's come to Penacony. She's mixed me up with someone else. But no harm, no foul.
Who's another memo
The
keeper?
address that the mask gave you is right here. But you never would have thought
Sparkle.
that when Miss Sparkle mentioned
her name's Sparkle.
game, she was talking about wanton slaughter on the streets of Penacony. Such a direct act of provocation is enough to get my competitive side worked up too.
Madam, forgive me. I had no idea about anything she said. As you saw, I went through a brain scan and everything. I'm just a friend, helping her deliver a letter. That's all. I never knew this was actually a declaration of warfare. They say you shouldn't kill the messenger. So, maybe you can just,
Let me go.
You all are the big shots here.
No,
I'm
this time around I actually
really
want you to
not
stick
on your
around
list.
if you're real.
What a frightened look you have. Don't worry. Since this has nothing to do with you, I won't be suspecting you of anything. Why don't you come take a stroll with me?
Oh, seems like I can't escape being an
Nope,
assistant
you're stuck here.
detective.
It is really annoying to know
It's
that
all
he was
fine.
real at some point.
No big deal.
I would assume that there was a point during the Penacony thing that I have Black Swan. Shut up. I changed teams, didn't I? Why is my team so weird? Oh, is it because it switched Black Swan's spot? Is that why? Alright, fine. Kiss my ass. I already forgot what I was talking about.
Different again.
Oh yeah, because we did have a lot of times that we met, well, one time with Sampo. I think it was just one little adventure with Sampo. No, I can't remember. It's been too long.
Please ask away.
Regarding
Who
the
was
victim, I guess.
An IPC employee named Shamari. Eyewitnesses reported that a tall, strong man wearing a large robe with long sleeves walked right past Shamari and suddenly assaulted him with a hammer. Shamari collapsed on the spot and woke up from
Tall,
a dream.
strong man with a
The murderer
rope.
vanished in a flash.
Ooh, that sounds just like Sparkle. Her best asset is transforming her appearance to look like someone else.
Okay, the Sweet Dreams
Who are
troop
those
present.
two little guys?
Seems like the assailants stole the troop from elsewhere and deliberately placed them here. What nerve. They don't even have the slightest consideration for public order.
Okay, but they're not doing
Those
anything
two have
wrong.
clammed up. I wonder if you two could help pry open their mouths.
Looks like a puzzle that Sparkle has left behind for you.
Regarding
Any
evidence.
leads yet?
This is a developing case, so there aren't many clues yet. All we have to go by are the weapon used by the assailant and the victim's ID. They didn't even take the weapon with them. Sounds like they're trying to provoke us. Despicable.
Or they really don't need the weapon anymore.
Where's Mr. Shamari right now? I'd like to meet him.
I'm afraid you can't. The Oaks came forward and calmed him down. Mr. Shamari expressed that he understands the unpredictable nature of dreams, and went on to vacation in another dreamscape. Best not to bother him. Guest experiences always have to come first.
Okay,
Oh,
but
I'm
we could
afraid
use
by the time
this
we
guest
find him,
experience to help
half
others
of
from being screwed.
Penacony will have been sent back to reality by Sparkle.
Looks like we'll have to play this little game of sparkles then.
Yeah, it sounds like fun. Constable and
Lady
bailiff.
Black Swan, you're here! I'm the constable, and this here assisting me is the bailiff for this case.
Mr. Cold Feet, why'd you do it?
So they can talk after all. Miss Black Swan, they're heading straight for you.
Don't interrupt, I wasn't talking to you. Ahem. I understand Lady Black Swan has quite the intellect.
Sometimes.
I'm sure you'll be able to get to the bottom of the Sparkle murder case.
The Sparkle murder case? Wasn't the victim Shamari from the IPC?
You're wrong, Lady Black Swan. The victim is evidently none other than the matriarch of the Goldhammer family, Miss Sparkle Goldhammer.
I know.
Oh, I guess Miss Sparkle has written herself into the skit here, and this has nothing to do with the actual case. Goldhammer? Is that her real surname?
No.
Never heard of it. Sounds made up. Sparkle doesn't sound like a real name either.
Miss Sparkle
Not
was
like
supposed
your
to
name
have
Sampo
stayed
sounds any
by
better.
the Goldhammer residence today, but upon their arrival, all they found was her body. Miss Sparkle had been smashed over the head by a hammer and died on the spot. Such a brutal act of violence.
My
Why are
investigation
these guys
discovered
working
that
with
the
Sparkle
three
anyway?
warriors were supposed to escort supplies back to their territory the day before, but they were unexpectedly ambushed by the Annihilation Gang. They narrowly escaped and barely got away with their lives, finding their supplies almost completely raided. So they all shared a motive for killing Miss Sparkle, to escape punishment.
Uh-huh.
So the three of them teamed up to kill her.
Is the case closed?
No, there can only be one murderer. It's not an unsolved mystery if there are three murderers.
No, it's not.
Hang on.
You could have
Wait.
multiple murderers.
If you can't justify it, don't bother.
Got it! Those three were all vying against each other to be number 2. They couldn't have cooperated on anything. So it must have been one of them acting alone.
That actually doesn't make much sense. Even if they were on bad terms, those three...
Please begin your investigation, Lady Black Swan. There are lots of clues at the crime scene that are sure to help you apprehend the real culprit.
I'm sure.
I've got the
Why?
case file right here. If you want to learn more about the suspects, talk to me.
I don't know how they're getting away with it, honestly. Okay, I guess it's not looking around yet. It's
Lady
asking
Black
about the
Swan,
suspects.
Allow me to introduce the 3 suspects to you. Lefton, Zhongshan, and Wright. Lefton is one of Miss Sparkle's chief lieutenants, whose right hand was unfortunately severed while he was valiantly fighting off the Annihilation Gang. He's now learning how to write and hold a fork with his left hand.
It's not that hard.
How tough that must be!
It's not that hard. I'm left-handed.
Then there's Zhongshan. This guy's a coward who ran away as soon as a group spotted some bandits along the road. He ended up smashing into the side of a cliff and getting his face disfigured. It's a real shame, as he used to be one of the rare handsome men left around town.
Okay.
Last of all comes Wright. This guy was so insatiably greedy that he still came back to try and embezzle the rest of the supplies after they narrowly escaped with their lives, lying about how the gang had taken off with everything. Lefton and Zhongshan were so incensed that they broke his legs.
Hang on, I'm confused here. Left on? Right? Is this some kind of joke?
Yeah, it's Sparkle. Sample.
Where did you get that idea from? Do you need me to go over it all again?
I don't think so.
That won't be necessary. I've memorized every detail.
I wouldn't say
No
memorize,
wonder
but I
you're
think
a
I have an
memo
idea.
keeper.
Can I just move on? Thanks.
Look! An ID card. Talent Motivation Department, Shamari. Is this the victims?
Yeah, the true victim.
Mr. Shamari's belongings should have disappeared alongside him as he woke from the dreamscape. The fact that this ID is here means Miss Sparkle placed it here on purpose to prove that she definitely attacked someone.
I don't think we need proof of it.
Holy moly! This hammer is super heavy.
I think I would have liked to have seen the
Murder
animation of him
weapon
trying to
for
lift
the
it.
Sparkle murder case.
Miss Sparkle also used it to attack Mr. Shamari.
I'm barely able to lift this using both hands. I have no idea how Sparkle could ever use this to hit a target.
He does have a point. If it's pretty heavy.
Is that all the evidence? How are we meant to solve this with so little to go on?
Bahanu TV?
Oh, you scared me! When did you pop out?
The 2 pieces of evidence that you found are related to the attack on Shamari. Miss Sparkle didn't leave them lying around for no reason. They're clues to the puzzle.
Yeah, we all figured that out. Move on.
But there are still some other clues that were placed in other areas, so they won't spoil the crime scene.
Isn't that a bit unnecessary?
No. It's disruptive to have a stack of irrelevant things crowding a crime scene. Miss Sparkle is a law-abiding
The fact that you
citizen
even
who'd
put
never
anything
bring
in a
extra
crime scene
trouble to
is not law-abiding.
Seems quite nice of her, if you ask me.
No.
Looks like Miss Sparkle is adding a little spice to the investigation. Let's take her up on her offer then. Mr. Assistant Detective, this way.
Hanu, yep. Oh, yay, another button.
What's this little device here for? Could you please let me know? It looks like a little button.
It's a, distraction for a bomb.
Whatever you do, don't push it! That's the mutually assured destruction button that Miss Sparkle installed. Once pushed, Miss Sparkle and the entirety of Penacony will instantaneously go up in smoke. Miss Sparkle also has her own button. The second she pushes hit, you and the entirety of Penacony
Pushes
will
it, not hit.
instantaneously go up in smoke.
That sounds like both buttons can do the exact same thing.
Correct. Exactly the same.
Oh,
Aren't you going to ask me why?
okay.
There's no reason to.
Why?
Okay.
Because she is fair.
This is nuts!
Oh, that one's gonna be up high. Oh, I'm gonna need to switch over, huh? Yep. This is exactly the same kind of maze that was set up when I first got into Hanu form. Enemies? No? Apparently it's just a puzzle. I thought that was gonna be Pom Pom for a second.
What's this? A plush toy?
Yes.
Regardless of why it's designed to look like the conductor aboard the Astral Express, this doll,
Don't worry about it.
is it connected to the case?
Have you ever heard of something called a red herring in detective stories? It's a fake clue that leads you down the wrong path.
Well, if it was supposed to be a fake
I
clue, you
see.
sure did
Well, when
exit
it's
out
so
quickly.
obvious, doesn't that defeat the purpose?
That's just in case you didn't realize the ingenuity of Miss Sparkle and were worried about her throwing out a random, useless clue.
This is almost like Sparkle's first time
I
hosting a
see.
D&D campaign and
Thank
just
you for your
absolutely
keen
botching it.
insight.
And the
Yeah,
only reason why
let's
it's
pretend we were
lasting
misled
even a little
by a
bit
red
is
herring.
because there's two
Hmm.
members that are just pushing the
This
narrative.
doll, could it be connected to the case?
Black Swan, we don't need to do this.
You don't have to play along that hard, you know.
Yeah, please, we don't need to do that. Just let it go.
This notice seems like a hint for us from Miss Sparkle.
Goldhammer Residence Security Regulations. To prevent criminals from hurting our great and lovely Miss Sparkle, the Goldhammer residents shall abide by the following regulations from today onwards. All retainers and visitors must enter and exit the Goldhammer residence using the facial recognition system. Those who cannot pass through the facial recognition system will be killed on the spot. These regulations are in effect indefinitely.
That sounded like a story from ancient times. And why did the facial recognition system suddenly go out?
This is so her style, isn't it?
Sure.
Doesn't look like there are any more clues. Let's head back to the crime scene.
Next, should we pin down the identity of the perpetrator? This evidence, I've been staring at it all day, but there's nothing that can identify the perp. Lefton, that guy lost his hand. Remember Zhongshan's face was disfigured after the incident at the cliff? Right? I remember this one best. Right has a broken leg.
Why don't we flip the question and start by asking who couldn't be the murderer? After all, there are only 3 suspects, so
Well-
elimination could be a valid method.
Zhongshan?
If you put it like that, then do
Can't.
you already have someone in mind? Tell me, come on.
And I don't think Wright could. Zhongshan. Okay, yeah. I don't think Wright could because he would need somebody else to come with him. And if it's only supposed to be one person, then left... No, it could... It is Zhongshan. Because he would be the only one that would need... Because these 2 can't pick up the hammer. The hammer is stupidly heavy. You can't pick anything up without legs, really. I mean, you could, but like the weight of that hammer, that is no longer there. The weight of that hammer, he would need to be standing up in order to be able to do any damage and be able to hit her square on. Lefton can't do it, he's missing a hand, and Zhongshan would be the easiest one to get through.
So,
No!
remember Zhongshan's face was
No, that's not what I wanted. It says exclude
So,
Lefton.
who
Okay.
Lefton?
The hammer.
Based on the bailiff's statement, Lefton's dominant hand was seriously injured to the point where he had to learn how to live using only his left hand. Swinging that giant sledgehammer to murder someone, that must be hard for him. Probably impossible. Lefton's suspicion level can be downgraded.
I'm glad I like reread that and then exclude
So,
Wright.
who exactly is the murderer? I remember this one best.
I want to say again the hammer. But I feel like this isn't going to be right.
Is that so? I feel like the evidence doesn't...
Yeah, apparently it is going to be him. Because,
So, who exactly... Remember Zhongshan's face was...
yeah...
Poor guy. He was seriously injured
I guess it's gonna
and was
be
all
right.
wrapped up in bandages to keep his
Kudos
good
to him
looks
for being
safe.
able to lift up a big
If that's
hammer
the
with
case,
a
then
broken
he couldn't have
legs.
made it through the
Or
Goldhammer
leg.
residence's facial recognition system. That would suggest that Zhongshan is not the murderer.
By process of elimination, it seems that only Wright could be the murderer. That was easy. Let's tell the constable our answer and see what he thinks.
I still don't think he'd be able to hit anybody with it. With the broken leg, but sure.
Please begin your investigation, Lady Black Swan. There are lots of clues at the crime scene that are sure to help you apprehend the real culprit.
The murderer is Wright.
Babe! You have answered correctly!
I would honestly like to see him do it.
Lady Black Swan. Game rules stipulate I must tell you where the next puzzle is.
Huh? The next puzzle? I didn't sign up for this.
Looks like the key to winning lies not in the puzzle itself, but in the motives behind Miss Sparkle's strange behavior. I'm afraid this chase may just go on forever.
Or you could choose
I
not
have
to do it.
remind you that Sparkle is a masked fool? Do you plan on finding logic in the mind of a masked fool?
I hope not.
That's exactly what I plan on doing. Even if it's just subjective, there must be an overall principle behind the behavior. Memories cannot lie, and hers may just understand more about her than she does herself. Right now, let's follow her train of thought and head to the next puzzle. I hope this time we can get ahead of the Bloodhound family. I want to try and avoid using my Memo Keeper powers.
I don't blame you.
So why are you so focused on Sparkle's challenge? Or should I ask, are you more focused on Sparkle or...
I told you, it's purely out of a spirit of competitiveness. And as a memo keeper, I also have to fulfill my responsibilities and harvest some interesting memories.
I'm sure she'll give us plenty of interesting memories.
Whoa, this place is...
There's nobody else at this.
Oh, Detective Black Swan and Detective Sampo. You finally made it!
We don't know what we'd do without your help.
Why are you talking like that? Is this some sort of artistic performance that young people are into these days?
Yes.
Is there something wrong with the way we are talking? Deputy Sheriff, am I talking in a strange way?
Oh, of course not, Sheriff. The way you talk is no stranger than the cat that climbs the apple tree in my
What kind of
grandma's
filter did they
backyard.
have on that voice?
Huh. The skit this time
Wait,
is
sheriff
a
and
modernist
deputy
one.
sheriff?
Let's discuss this difficult case then.
I don't think
The
those
victim
work.
is a galactic business magnate named Sparkle.
Her again? Sparkle really is obsessed with scripting her own death.
Oh, for the laughter. If you undercut me one more time, I swear I'm gonna kick you in the butt. Ahem.
At least there's
Miss
pretty
Sparkle
good
came to the fashion
music
store
with this
to
one.
buy herself a brand new tie. She didn't come back out.
Why does she need a tie?
After a long time, the shopkeeper went in to see what was going
Why
on.
wasn't the shopkeeper
And
inside?
Instead, discovered Miss Sparkle's body. She had been strangled to death. There were 3 suspects on the scene, namely a Pepeshi shopkeeper named Wright, a foxy
We
gambler
really
named
can't
Joe
do
Shen,
anything about this, huh?
and a wealthy Intellitron trader called Lefton.
Our old friends.
It's not just to aid your memory. We've added more descriptions to help tell them apart.
Miss Sparkle is so gracious.
Based on surveillance footage, witness
That's 'cause she
testimony,
doesn't
and
want me
various
shitting
pieces
on
of
her,
evidence, the killer is ultimately
story
among
writing
these
capabilities.
3, and they were not working in cahoots.
You're too lazy to be a suspect, right?
Oh, for the laughter! If I talk anymore with you, it'll make my pure soul filthy!
Detective
pure
Black
soul?
Swan, the dossiers are over here. You can learn more about the suspects from me. I trust you'll be able to cut through the hogwash and find out who Miss Sparkle's killer is.
Maybe.
Let me introduce the identities of these suspects to you. It's very straightforward. First of all is the shopkeeper, Wright. He's one of the Pepeshi people and only stands as tall as Sparkle's waist, which is often a source of teasing for him. He can get pretty salty about it. Next up, you have the merchant Lefton. He wants to join up with the Penacony Trading Guild and is in direct competition with Miss Sparkle. That could be a motive for killing her.
You know, if
Finally,
you're
there
just
is
supposed
the
to give me
gambler,
evidence, you
Jean-Shan.
shouldn't be giving me
He
any of
lost a
your
bet to Miss
opinions.
Sparkle, and he had to hand over his family heirloom. It's possible he harbored a grudge against her. That's all the information we have. Do you need me to repeat it?
Nope.
That won't be necessary.
Okay.
There's an accounting book lying on the ground. It must have been specially placed there by Sparkle.
On the
Who else would
title
it be at
page
this
is
point?
written Chen Katong. Is that someone's name? A code name.
Are we never
Oh,
gonna,
I
like,
think
tell
it's
the Bloodhound
name of
family
the owner of this book.
who took
This
out
Jian Katong
IPC
person
dude?
should be Sparkle's targeted victim this time around. And there's the tie.
That skit before said that the deceased was strangled. Is this tie some kind of joke murder weapon?
You can strangle
Tag
people with
on
a
the
tie.
reads, only for Imperial Master Lefton. Seems like it's one of Miss Sparkle's personal belongings.
That's not how you use the word imperial.
No.
So, it's just like the first.
Miss Sparkle doesn't.
She doesn't want to distract our investigation?
I'm fine. I know I need to go into Hanu's world. I think this is gonna be one that I haven't done yet, so I'm not gonna know this map. Okay.
A little stool that seems quite normal. There are 2 small footprints drawn on it in crayon.
The footprints, which are half as big as standard, must belong to a Pepeshi person.
Perhaps it's just that this person's drawing skills are extraordinary.
I wouldn't put it past her. Okay, I think I see what I gotta do.
What's that smell? Why is there a smoked red herring there?
Because
Mr.
it's not
Sampo,
a
take a look.
thing.
This is a wonderful smoked red herring.
Somebody save me from this cringe joke.
Or you
Even
can
among
eat
the
it.
fools I know, Miss Sparkle's sense of humor stands out from the
You
rest.
mean no sense of humor?
Have you dealt with many masked fools before?
No, only a handful. After all, I prefer warm memories baked in sunshine. They're the ones that usually belong to kind people.
Well, if you can pick and choose which memories you want, does that really make you a memo keeper?
This clock.
Open it up and take a look.
Aw, man. Okay. I'm glad that even though I haven't done a lot of those besides the first tutorial
there's
one,
a ring
I'm
inside.
not doing bad.
This is evidence too. Why was it planted inside another device?
Because this ring was found inside the victim's mouth. We want to reconstruct the scene of the crime.
Okay.
In the victim's mouth.
Hey, there's something engraved inside the ring. Zhongshan family heirloom. That
Why would
should
it be in his mouth?
Let's head out.
I have to thank you, Mr. Assistant Detective, but the puzzle
All three
this
of 'em
time
did it.
is pretty strange.
Have you found out who the killer is?
Just some shallow intuition. Anyway, let's report back to the sheriff for now.
Oh, for the laughter! Didn't think I'd be seeing Detective Black Swan so soon. What's that? You found out who the killer is?
Pretty much.
You live up to your reputation, Detective Black Swan. As smart as the nest of magpies roosting in the roof of my Uncle Frank's garage.
Sure.
This guy is mixing up his birds here.
Then go ahead. Who is the killer, and what evidence do you have to prove the case?
In my opinion, there is no murderer for this case.
What do you mean by that?
It is probably something second only in importance to money. Sparkle probably left it at the crime scene. Sparkle probably... Okay, Merchant is only probably something second only in importance to money. Oh, no, I'm still looking at the wrong one. Sorry. Drawn on it. Heirloom. Oh, wow. Oh my god. Hold on, I need to read this entire thing for you guys, especially for people that are not looking at the screen right now. This evidence is... I'm looking at the smoked red herring. This evidence is obviously something Comical Sparkle made. To avoid you thinking that you wasted time investigating this useless evidence, here's a recipe. Smoke the red herring, or any other type of preserved fish, until it turns golden on both sides. Place it into a dish, remove all bones, then crush the meat. Add raw eggs into the frying pan and fry it until well done. Then add vegetables you like and fry that too. Then add in the crushed smoked red herring and day-old rice. Day-old rice? You never said anything about it being day-old rice. Until now. Never mind. Add some salt. Be careful with how much you put in. There's already preserved fish in it. Stir fry evenly, then plate. And Viola, here's a smoked red herring fried rice. You're welcome.
This evidence doesn't really prove that he is the murderer.
I said that nobody's the murderer.
It doesn't. Looks like Miss Sparkle is more careful than I thought.
Look at this fish.
This evidence doesn't really prove that he is.
It doesn't. Looks like Miss Sparkle is more careful than I thought.
Okay, so am I just... that.
This ring is a piece of evidence, right?
That's right. That's the one. Zhongshan stormed into the changing room to try and get his ring back, flustering Miss Sparkle, who swallowed it. Who would have guessed that the ring would get stuck in her throat? Zhongshan repaid evil with kindness and tried to borrow a tie to help Miss Sparkle squeeze out the ring. But sadly, she couldn't be saved.
What kind of logic is
What
this?
a tragedy. If it weren't for your incisive detective work, the three suspects would all be facing grave injustice.
Is something wrong here? This is too easy. The first case wasn't hard, but this one...
As you can imagine, the conclusions that the evidence points to are not mutually exclusive. Which means, this is probably another prank from Miss Sparkle. Mr. Assistant Detective, please feel free to point out a suspect as the murderer.
Ah, I see. Sheriff, the murderer is Lefton. The evidence is the tie, right?
Correct, Detective Sampo. I never thought you'd be able to deduce the truth.
Sheriff, the murderer is right. The evidence is the stool, right?
Yes! For the laughter, how did I fail to realize this formidable intellect of yours?
Then, right from the start, there was no murderer. The evidence is the ring. Whatever, I'm just spitballing here.
Yeah.
Goodness me! Deputy Sheriff, is he really a genius? How could such an unfathomable mystery be solved so easily by him?
Ugh.
Look, Miss Sparkle has given us a puzzle where every single answer is correct.
Why take it so seriously? Miss Sparkle is a masked fool, not a masked genius. If it's a challenging
She's a
puzzle you
masked
want, please
idiot.
go out there and turn right until you get to the Intelligentsia Guild. We're only responsible for providing an entertaining detective experience.
Well, I didn't ask for it.
Anyway, since our genius detective Black Swan has cracked the case, I will now share Miss Sparkle's next puzzle with you.
So that's it?
I don't want
This is just going to go on and on forever? We can't do that.
Hmm.
Then I wish you both the best. Oh yes, if you're not in a hurry, I can tell you the answers for some of the outcomes you never chose.
Well, I technically did try 2 other ones, but you didn't take it.
Just as you said, solving puzzles is all just a cover for something else. That girl is toying with us. What should we do now?
Miss Black Swan, Mr. Sampo, you're finally here. I am the famed detective of Penacony, and next to me here is my assistant detective.
A murder in a locked room has left us all stumped.
As expected, another change in setting.
Yesterday, my assistant and I were visiting the famed artist Miss Sparkle, and we stayed the night. But this morning, Miss Sparkle didn't come out of her bedroom. The butler, Jean-Chan, said that the door was locked from inside, so we ought not to have disturbed her. But Miss Sparkle had never slept in so late, and no matter how hard he knocked, there was no answer from inside.
As soon as I heard, I knew something must have happened. So I acted decisively and broke the door down to get inside.
The room was covered in spattered blood. Miss Sparkle's body was lying right in the middle, her face white as snow. One look told me she'd been dead for some time.
Thinking quickly, I grabbed the artist's canvas to staunch Miss Sparkle's blood, but...
Artist's
alas,
canvas?
Poor Miss Sparkle. She's left us now forever.
Why would you think the
Besides us
canvas?
and Jean-Chan the butler, Lefton the cook, and Wright the driver were also at the scene of the crime. What would you like to do?
Leave.
Presumably, Miss Sparkle is now carefully arranging the next crime scene, right? Why don't you skip all this rigmarole and just have a heart-to-heart conversation with me? It might tickle a little.
Wait up! Wait up!
Honest kid. I know where you are, Miss Sparkle.
No
cheating!
Sample, why are you saying that now?
Mr. Assistant Detective.
Never mind, it is not.
You
It's not
seem to be
Sparkle.
getting
It's not Sample.
anxious.
As usual, it's never really Sample. Do I ever get to see the real Sample? Actually, that's a very hard question to ask now, because this is as much story as we've gotten so far. I don't think we ever see Sampo again.
Let's go. Can't keep a girl waiting, can we?
Hey, Miss Black Swan, wait up! Wait up! Miss Sparkle has one final message to announce.
I don't care.
Ding-a-ling! Now comes the most exciting and romantic moment in any drama. The audience challenge. Everyone knows that the mighty masked fool Sparkle can change her appearance to look like others. And in this drama, the villain Sparkle has disguised herself as another character. So then, I put to you, which character is it?
Sampo.
Also, if you're interested in the locked room case that the memo keeper ignored, you can try out your powers of deduction. I put lots into coming up with the puzzle, so don't let it go to waste. Thus, the masked genius Miss Sparkle has thrown down the gauntlet. All the clues are in motion. Happy hunting!
Cool, I'm glad that we can just go to the hiding spot.
Miss, why didn't you just do this earlier?
Such a crude approach violates my aesthetics of memory. But as a means to an end, I need to put this aside for a more indifferent process.
There's no weird, sweet dreams troupe. Nor is there evidence strewn all over the place. We finally caught up with her. But what's that
I
thing?
like how this is
A
specifically
Belabogian trash
specifically
can?
a Belabogian
In
trash
Penacony?
can.
Hey, dear memo keeper and Mr. Coldfeet, you made it.
Cold feet.
I
Why are you
didn't
calling him
expect you
Cold
to
Feet?
skip the final puzzle. That's on me. All right. Miss Sparkle cares not for the faults of ants like me. Come then, this is the final question. Listen up. What creature has 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs in the afternoon, and 3 legs at night?
You know what? This is another riddle that I have heard.
Case this time around.
This is another riddle that I've heard in a different kind of
Nice to take things easy.
setting.
Come on, dear.
And
give
you want to
me your
know who I
answer
heard it
then.
from? Riddler, Batman, Arkham Asylum. People.
Since it's a classic puzzle, the answer is people, right?
Wah, wah. Wrong answer. How could it be
Okay,
as boring
how
as
is it
that?
anything else? I didn't look at any of the other answers, honestly.
Answer is Sparkle. When
You're a
it's
person,
sleepy in the
Sparkle.
morning, she can't
I hate
get
to say
out of
this,
bed.
but you're a
She
person,
runs about
Sparkle.
all afternoon in a fluster, so is exhausted by evening, but has to still raise a hand to hold a toothbrush. Poor Sparkle. So naturally, she's got 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs in the afternoon, and 3 legs at night.
What the heck was that jibber jabber?
What's
Yeah,
a
no.
cute answer?
It didn't make any sense at all.
Thanks for the compliment, my dear. But you can't try to fool me, seeing as you've
At
just
least
tried
even
to
though
cheat.
Riddlers ended up turning into a crude
Accept
humor
your punishment.
answer to the riddle, this one made no fucking sense.
Oh.
Oh. Oh my god, we're finally fighting. Oh my god.
Rules are made to be broken.
Commencing research.
Relax.
Ill tidings manifest.
Nah.
Stand still.
Specimen sighted.
May as well kill them all.
Destiny is an ill fate descends.
Oh my god.
Let's go.
I didn't expect that second hit to take her out like that. My bad. That's on me.
Good times. Time to say
I may
bye.
lose it because I just didn't heal her.
Boom.
Yeah, because he's not taking any damage. Is it because of who I hit him with first?
Ill
Is that why?
tidings manifest. Beneath the waters lies an endless abyss.
That might be it because he's not taking any damage from the health.
This isn't the end.
Yeah.
Stand still.
Commencing research.
May as well kill them all.
Ill fate descends.
Not bad.
That might make it a little bit easier.
Let's make it quick.
Maybe.
Rules are made to be broken.
I know I haven't rose up my light cones either, which might be a problem as well.
Relax.
But it is what it is.
Thanks. You're too good to me.
What do you want to know? Ill tidings manifest.
Yeah, because the arcane's not doing any fucking damage to
Let's
him.
go.
I'm not doing any damage
Stand
to him.
still.
What level is he? 76, yeah, but oh, okay.
Say bye to breathing. Good times. Now time to say bye. Boom.
There we go. Yeah, well, I still did better than what I thought I was gonna do.
Holy smokes! What's up with this guy? He just came out swinging from nowhere.
Yeah, I did better at it.
Huh? No voices? This guy's pretty quiet. Miss, let's hurry up. Flip open the lid and find the girl.
Wait. Don't move. Something's off.
Miss, you killed Sparkle. How is this
I didn't.
possible? How can people die inside Penacony's dreamscape? In the Garden of Recollection. What did you do? You did this, didn't you? Killing people in their dreams. Only the Remembrance has the powers to do that. You planned it out all
Nah.
from the start because she teased you and was pranking you. You wanted to kill her. Oh, I understand. You refused to let me go because you wanted to drag me into all of this.
Sparkle, do
If
you
I
ever
don't
shut up?
agree, I'll end up just like she did.
There is no death inside Penacony's dreamscape. That's the promise of the family and the blessing of the harmony. Not even a memo keeper can break this barrier. There's no need to take such great pains. If you just want confirmation, I've already told you the answer, Miss Sparkle.
Miss Sparkle!
You, Sampo.
Who are you talking to?
You.
You. Sparkle has disguised herself as another character. Wouldn't that be you, Mr. Sampo?
Yeah, no, my poor Mr. Sample probably
This?
has never left Bellabog yet.
Don't jump to conclusions! If you want to accuse me of being Sparkle, you have to provide the evidence. Oh, I'm afraid evidence is a little too hard to come by. So, deduction will do.
The hint for the final question was a little too obvious.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the locked room murder? I thought you weren't doing that one.
All the painstaking effort that Miss Sparkle put into it. How could I ever miss it? The key to solving the puzzle lay in two pieces of information put forward by the detectives. First, the large splatter of blood at the crime scene. Second, the victim had been dead for some time. Based on my shallow understanding, I can only draw two conclusions. One is that the murderer did not need to create a locked room case, because a locked room always needs a reason to exist.
Sure.
But, based on the detective's description, this locked room did not delay the discovery of the body. There was no third party at the crime scene to frame, and the blood everywhere didn't look like a faked suicide. That being so, the murderer seems to have no reason for creating a locked room. There is also reason to speculate that if the crime scene was a locked room, then its creator might not necessarily be the murderer. As for my second conclusion, it's even more obvious still. When everyone broke into the scene of the crime, why did the assistant rush off to staunch the blood? A trained professional was somehow happily destroying a crime scene just to save someone who's obviously been dead a while. The answer
We didn't even
is
go
simple.
there. I don't remember
It's
any of
because
this.
the
None of this
assistant
happened to me.
detective is the murderer. At the time, I was in such a hurry that I didn't hear the whole mystery. I tentatively speculated that the murderer had killed the victim the night before, but hadn't locked the door from the inside. And so, when he learned this piece of information, he realized that the victim had created their own locked room mystery. That's why he had to rush to the crime scene as soon as possible, to confirm whether or not the victim left any evidence implicating him. And, judging by his behavior, it probably had something to do with that canvas. Like some final words. Of course, this is just a simple mind game. The answer to the puzzle isn't important. Miss Sparkle just wanted to pass on one hint to me. That the murderer is the assistant detective.
That's not really a hint if we're full out
Which
accusing them.
means it's you, Mr. Sampo. I've been using this term of address, but it was you who first came up with it.
Has anyone ever told you that you're more like a detective than a memo keeper?
In my opinion, there is no difference between the two. Follow ripples along the surface of the water. Use some abilities and tricks to keep diving deeper, and touch that secret deep inside people's hearts. Salvage it and protect them carefully. The truth does not lie. Neither do memories.
Exquisite reasoning, and very close to the truth. But I have another answer.
Because you're a
Would
mass
you
fool.
like to hear it?
Another answer?
The great artiste Sparkle locked herself away in her bedroom using red paint to create the semblance of spattered blood everywhere. And that assistant detective who was first on the scene, who confirmed her death, was not the murderer, but rather an accomplice who assisted her in faking her own death.
What a pity.
Okay, that doesn't
Such
change anything.
A pity. My dear, you were so close to the right answer. Unfortunately, the right answer is... Miss Sparkle's body. Sparkle was disguised as Sparkle's body. Ding-a-ling! I won!
Does Miss Sparkle's body even count as a real character?
Why not? Miss Sparkle's body appeared in all 3 of those skits just then.
It didn't.
It's a little bit forced, but it's fine. So, who is this Mr. Sampo, then?
Beautiful lady, I already confessed everything to you earlier on. I really didn't know a thing. I just helped a friend send a letter. That's all.
So I've been running a fool's errand this whole time.
My dear, why so serious? Haven't you been having a great time?
No, I'm just mostly confused.
I have, at least. You take memories, and I get joy. We get what we need from each other. Seeing as we're such kindred spirits,
We're not.
but also such loners. Why don't you come and work with me? Ooh, we can dance ballet together.
Oh? Am I understanding this correctly? A masked fool inviting me to work together?
A show of unprecedented splendor is about to be staged in Penacony.
Yeah, I've already taken care of
If
that.
you're
Don't
too
worry
late
about it.
to take the stage, you can work behind the scenes.
Was there ever a time where Sampo was
If
real
you want to
in the regular
appreciate this
Penacony
drama,
thing?
You have to stand up under that spotlight as you take the stage and watch the dancing envelop you. Come with me. This is the best seat in the house.
I don't really understand why you're so fixated on destroying family barriers. But, as I said before, a memo keeper can't help you. It's frankly above my pay grade. Also, I don't consider you a loner. Oh, I don't mean him, but rather behind you. The one who hired you to come to Penacony probably doesn't want you secretly linking up with other forces, right?
How did you know?
Memory is like the deep blue sea. But if you try to catch 2 fish with 1 cast, you might not be satisfied with your catch.
So, you mean you're refusing?
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm saying.
Memo Keeper, did you think you could just leave?
Yeah.
Why not?
She really could.
My dear, I don't want to scare you. You'll know the answer sooner or later. We're just getting to know each other a little today. If you ever change your mind, come find me at the tavern. That is, if you can find me. Let's go, Sampo? Sampo. Who is... Sampo?
This is...
Yep.
This is... Bellabog, right?
Yep. There she goes.
I said, why not?
Oh, I love her.
Don't worry. Such a crude approach violates my statics of memory. So once you leave my sight, you'll be able to remember everything again. And also, I'm sorry, my dear. My dream dance partner? I've already got sights on someone else.
I wonder if that is leading to the Black Swan and Acheron thing that happened. Hey, Edward.
Nested. That's the end of Miss Black Swan's dream battle.
Well, it's good to know that Sample was on Penacony at one point. Real him. It was kind of easy. Oh, what does this say?
I noticed that the people in your dream were familiar to you. It's worth repeating
Oh, okay.
that dreams are just dreams.
Maybe he wasn't.
And in Penacony, dreams can be processed, or even tempered. Things in our dreams cannot be trusted, let alone in someone else's dreamscape. If there's any information that you'd like to confirm, please do so by the cold, hard light of reality. Sweet dreams.
Yeah, because I think there was only one, like, entire sequence that we were with Sampo during the beginning of Penacony, and that entire time it was
Really?
Sparkle.
I wouldn't do anything to her.
Don't worry about that, Memo Keeper. Let's talk about my thing. I've helped you out with everything you've asked, as agreed. Shouldn't you give my mask back to me now?
Since when did the masked fools suddenly start respecting agreements?
Ah, yes, so that is,
Just kidding. I loved seeing that look on your face.
so this
Take
is
this
pretty
key
much
to the tavern cellar. Third barrel on the left. You never saw me. But
So this was
Sampo,
the kind of confirmation of
after
him being
all
part of
this
Mask Fools.
time, what made you suddenly want to take back your mask? This doesn't seem like the Sampo I know.
You don't know that.
Let me guess. A catastrophe is coming to Urello 6. Am I right?
Well, no comment about that. But I love that line you said. If you're too late to take the stage, you can work behind the scenes. That really makes sense. Sometimes even an old-timer like me feels like taking the stage and making a fool out of myself.
If you're all out of options, please get in touch with me. I'm the kind of person who values friendship highly.
I don't know why I find that a
Forget
little
it.
hard to
You'll
believe.
be doing me a favor if you stay away from Bellabog after all the elation that Miss Sparkle seeks isn't something old Sempo can stand by.
Tempo.
Go tell Giovanni I said hi.
I don't remember who Giovanni is.
Fine, I'm just spitballing here. Don't take it so seriously.
Oh, just kicked my tits.
Why so serious?
You can keep saying it, but it's not going to be anywhere close to as good of an effect for coming from you. So you can stop. Toji, I imagine you already have seen that dream bubble. Relax, I just want to know if anyone has come looking for you yet. What's up? I'll make this simple. That fool named Sparkle is currently searching all over the place for that dream bubble. I do not know what her intentions are, but allowing it to slip into her hands will only make this situation more confusing. Toji, can you do me a favor and go to reclaim that dream bubble? Of course. Your attitude is reassuring. I will go with you. But I don't remember where the dream bubble was left. Can you remind me? In the Dreamscape sales store. Dr. Edward has it. You don't remember? Hee hee. Well, my memory is nothing compared to a true memo keeper. Oh. Fuck. It's Sparkle. I can't believe I got the intel so easily. I was really worried I was going to be exposed. Pranks are all about the back and forth. You've seen how much fun I have with that memo keeper. You should learn from her, young Nameless. This is just the beginning. I'll be back. Please don't come back. Nothing good ever comes from hanging out with a fool. I mean, we could also just go take it from her, but that's fine. Huh? I'm getting deja vu here. You may also know that interesting young fool, Sparkle. I do. She's recently gotten into disguising herself as other people, Toji. Has she tried this with you already? Wait, if that's the case, you could be Sparkle in disguise too. I see you're on high alert. What would you have me do to prove I am me? A unique action. Some unique actions you do out of habit, like looking in the mirror a lot. But if that little Miss Fool excels in observation, there's a chance that she could perfectly imitate everything about a person. I think that the only thing could differentiate someone from another is their memories. There is... Okay. Please stop. Stop. There is no way for an outsider to completely steal or imitate every ounce of a person's memory. It's just like when we met in Penacony, is it not? A strange dreamland surrounding us, a series of strange murders, people with differing dreams, the truth that lies beneath the water's surface. Do you need me to go on? Nah. I think that's enough. I can't be the one doing all the talking. By your logic, you should have to prove that you are not Sparkle, Toji. Huh? I'm just joking. As a memo keeper, I naturally know who the person is on the other side of my screen. Miss Sparkle's pranks are not without their benefits. She is able to make us re-examine what we have seen and think about the appearance and reality of the dreamscape. This is also the reason that I shared the dream bubble with you. Alright, looks like she hasn't caused any major damage. I will put my mind at ease. Talk to you again soon. Thanks. Alright, well, there we go. We got the companion mission done. Well, I guess since the game's kind of complaining about my light cones not being upgraded, I might have to consider doing that. I mean, being level 60 ain't that big of a deal. It's not that much of a difference. It kind of is. But look what all I have to do. I think that's all by... Oops. I think that's all just normally. Yeah. I just don't wanna. Honestly, we'll see how it goes when I go to try out a battle. Is there one here? Let me just see how bad it really is. I don't think it's terrible. Okay. Well, there's a thing over here that I need to go unlock at some point. Wasn't this the area that I tried a formidable foe, or am I crazy? Maybe it was here that I tried it. Okay, let's see. Let's see, Jippe. Let's see. Okay, how bad it can be. And now my characters are all mixed around. Well, no, now I am in a different lineup. Why would the game do that to me? Anyway.
They don't look happy to
Make
see
a wish.
us.
I'm also gonna do all this to give me a little bit
Make
better
a
of a
wish.
chance. That's not what I... Whoops. Well, shit. Hold on. I did that wrong. I did that wrong. We'll see how this goes. I still take a lot of damage.
Stay calm, Lynx.
Jesus. It might be best to also... I should have...
Stand still.
I'm an idiot. It might also be best to
What do you want to know? Ill tidings manifest.
do something else. Oh, what is it, though? What am I trying to think of? Relics. To
Destiny's hand has
increase them
truly
past
blessed
12.
me.
Yeah, so basically I'm learning that I am not gonna do great. It's gonna be a rough fight every time.
This
Ooh.
is a thing.
Yeah, Kafka's already dead.
I was just kidding.
Yeah. I'm just gonna retreat. Alright, so yeah, I need to do a lot. Damn it.
They don't look happy to see us.
No, I need to do a lot more leveling up before I can really do the formidable foes here, and that sucks. I would like to find some more technique points to smack. If I can. It's a little difficult to just find them. I wish I could remember some of the areas that we were in. That I was in for the story that had like several in a small area. Yeah, it is just pretty much the fact that I am just weak. That's what I get for, like, doing the real quick equilibrium stuff up and then not actually focusing on leveling my people up. Because before I would take the time to, like, mess around to level up, but I didn't do that at all. And I do not have a lot of relic stuff. I did level them up to, well, some of them up to 15. At least I know I did that. Huh. I didn't salvage, though. I don't think I actually salvaged again. No, I did! I just didn't salvage a lot of these 4 stars. Should I salvage these? That's my problem, is that I don't want to salvage things that I might need. I like to hoard materials way too much. And that is on me. I I think it is like what the game was telling me, though, that it is mostly the light cones that I really need to focus up on. Because I'm pretty sure the game would not have given me that little tip if it's like, hey, your light cones are a little weak. Just a little. Maybe. Oops. Wasn't paying attention, just hitting some stuff. Okay, so like I said, I found out I can't really do formidable foes right now. I kind of really screwed myself up on that. That's fine. I guess. I guess I can live with that. So since I can't really do anything with that, we'll just go right back to the missions. That's the editing thing. Locate a specific celebrity within the golden hour. Perfect. A side quest.
Oh, is that a stain? I like this coat.
Yeah, I have a feeling a lot of these fights are not going to go well. The man before you has not noticed your presence. You do not blame him. You find your eyes tracing his chiseled jawline and becoming immersed in the glow of his residual radiance. You almost lose yourself. My apologies. I was preoccupied and did not notice you there. Are you here for an autograph too? Just a moment. I don't know who you are. You don't know him? How could someone not know Leslie Dean, a galactic superstar of Epsilon? You look pretty grown up to me. You're not still a kid, are you? There's no need to get carried away. The cosmos is vast, and we all come from different environments. We will all be exposed to different things in life. I am merely a regular actor, far from the level of a superstar that can illuminate the entire universe. He's so eloquent. He's so modest. Oh, why is everything going dark? Please excuse this terrible force of habit. I simply assumed that you were here for an autograph. I would not wish to seem arrogant. Please accept my apologies. You are a little too polite. Well, I mean, no. In some way, he is a little too polite to be famous. But I'll just leave it at that. What are you even saying? Look at this autograph. How could someone forge this? This must be the real Leslie. The young lady is right. I was suspicious at first, but when I saw this elegant signature, I was sure. I knew the eons would not be so blind as to allow a rising star to come crashing down so soon. Crashing down? I see you really don't know anything about this. I happen to have a newspaper cutting from the incident. Read for yourself. Whoa, carry it on you even in a dream? I didn't realize you were that kind of crazy fan. Don't tease me. This snippet here is here. Take a look for yourself. Devastating news. Cosmic superstar Leslie Dean passes away. Breaking news. According to the reliable sources, the Galaxy-class cruiser known as the Nebula's End exploded 7 system hours after departing from the Epsilon 10 United Skyport. The cause of the incident is still unclear. The Epsilon Merchant Guild promptly dispatched a fleet for the rescue operation, but no survivors have been found so far. Leslie Dean, a rising star in the entertainment industry, and hailed as the Cosmic Star, is reported to be one of the passengers on the Nebula's End. All of us from Epsilon E! News expresses our deepest condolences to the families of the passengers and crew members who lost their lives in the explosion. Do you understand now? They said that Leslie was gone, but they were wrong. The true Leslie Dean is right here, standing right before our eyes. Survivors aren't common in incidents like this. This is unbelievable. Now that you mention it, Mr. Dean, this may be a rude question, but how did you escape the accident? I'm sorry, I can't help my curiosity. Maybe he was never on it in the first place? There is nothing rude about this, miss. This is not my first time being asked this in a dream. The engine of the Nebula's End cruise ship that I was aboard malfunctioned completely without warning, causing an explosion. Logically, my chances of survival were almost zero. At the moment I did lose consciousness, it was a long time before I opened my eyes again. For a split second, I really thought I had ascended to heaven. That was until a kind young nurse by my side informed me that I had survived a terrible accident. This was the moment that I realized that the world around me was in fact real. I was told that when the explosion occurred, there was a spaceship named the Knights of Beauty that happened to be passing by Nebula's End. At that moment, a heroic knight boldly charged into the scene of the disaster without concern for his own safety and searched for signs of remaining life. Finally, he found me. Unfortunately, I was the only one that he found. And as for the many souls that deserve to be rescued aboard Nebula's End, may they rest in peace. I would expect no less. Even the Beauty could not allow someone as perfect as Mr. Dean to just leave us that easily. I'm pretty sure it's Argenty. Regrettably, though I survived, the accident has caused irreparable damage to my body. I am unable to continue with my acting career. What's more, my life under the stage lights has long since exhausted me both mentally and physically, so I simply requested that information be concealed from the outside world so that I may continue living a regular life. How is that possible if everybody knows what you look like? That was when someone reminded me of the existence of Penacony. In this dream world, I am able to return to my life as the Leslie Dean I once was and forget the pain that this tragedy inflicted on me. Being able to meet you all here, who continue to support me as ever, my heart feels truly joyous and blessed. Leslie Dean raises his slender finger to gently wipe a pearlescent teardrop from his eye. To your side, you hear a number of his fans, including the Intellitron, gasp in unison. The charisma and charm that he emanates from with his every move are captivating, filled with emotion yet unaffected and unrestrained. You start to understand how the name Leslie Dean has come to resonate across the galaxy. They have an autograph. Of course, Doji. A delightful name. May the stars shine to light your path. Yours faithfully, Leslie Dean. Why do you sign it like that? There we are. I wish that you be in good spirits from this day forth, Toji. You obtain the autograph, the galactic superstar Leslie Dean. You are unsure of what receiving an autograph in a dream actually means, but you are still extremely excited. Oh, Clocky, what do you need? Memory! Memory! Or I guess I should say sticker. Tick-tock, there was something off about that person. Mean Leslie? Yes, that's him. My instincts are razor sharp. That person is missing something. As soon as someone is missing something, they can no longer be called a complete person. Tick-tock. An incomplete person? How terrible. Toji, we have to think of a way to help him. I'm gonna come... Oh, you're missing something.
So beautiful, yet so fleeting.
I'm so happy that I got a chance to meet with you in this city of dreams. Sorry, as you can see, I'm a little busy. If you're interested, perhaps we could talk properly a little later. Is it only the sad cure? Mr. Leslie, what's wrong? Do you feel unwell? No, things like that shouldn't happen inside a dream. My apologies, everyone. I suddenly feel... I do not know how to put it into words, but I feel terrible. I do not wish to rain on your parade, but I think I may need a little space. Are you tired? Shall we leave it here for today? We have pestered you enough already. I agree. I'm so sorry, Mr. Leslie. I hope that you feel better soon. Leslie Dean's brow scrunched up and he began to twitch gently. Your actions seemed to have cast him into some unknown pain and sadness. Seeming to have sensed your presence, he forced himself to open his eyes. You're still here, Toji. My apologies. I don't know what is happening to me. Oh, shit! Just now, suddenly and without warning, it felt like I had been struck with a bullet that tunneled through my chest, leaving an invisible hole. You did die. When it went through my chest, my existence seemed to lose all sense of reality. I started to feel like I'd never even been alive. All the memories of my mind suddenly seemed completely false. It was as if someone had forcibly implanted them inside me, like they didn't belong to me. How should I explain this feeling? It was like I had been cast into a corridor of paintings, all of these paintings recording my past experiences. But no matter how vivid the scenery was in the picture, I still felt like a complete outsider, like an onlooker trespassing in this gallery. Perhaps all those images that were recorded did actually happen, but I just cannot seem to connect these memories to the person that I am now. Perhaps I have spent so long reveling in the golden hour that the boundaries between dreams and reality are starting to blur. Who should I go to? I know this may sound a little scary, Toji, but I fear I may have forgotten how to wake up. What do you mean? Well, I'm literally stuck in this place and totally clueless about how to leave this dream. Reality, it is so frail and fleeting that a single breeze can scatter it like a dandelion in the wind. This was one of the lines in the movie Ancient Dreams of Distant Stars. It feels very appropriate in my current situation. Toji, if you can move freely between dreams and reality, would you be able to consult with a family representative in the real world? I do not wish to spend the rest of my days submerged in a dream, giving my all to play the part of someone else's shadow. I can imagine nothing more tragic. Toji, I wish to save myself. Will you help me? Sure. Oh, has been locked? Okay. Did I have another option that I just somehow missed? Maybe.
Oh, is that a stain? This coat.
From today onwards, I will be the master of this hotel. It's time to straighten up Penacony's workplace conditions. This hotel lobby will be my first stop. It's time to show the guests what is a true 5-star service. No. I didn't realize I still had something left over from us getting 5% control of the hotel. Leslie Dean needs help. I know that name. I remember. Isn't that the name of that superstar that passed away? When you say he needs help, you mean someone is using his memories to force somebody else to be in the dream as Leslie Dean because they don't want to live with the idea that Leslie Dean is gone. This is not good. A client nearly experienced an irregularity to the point that they would describe it as forgetting how to wake up. I shall inform a member of the family staff. I'm sure they will handle the situation appropriately. Thank you very much for providing this information. Was Allie about the... Yeah? No shit. I have a bad feeling about this. I should return to the dream and check in on Leslie. I mean, to be fair, it might not even be the guy's fault. I think it's just somebody else that is kind of like forcing him to have the memories of Leslie Dean.
Oh, is that a stain? I like this coat.
Yeah, shocker. Not here. It's Leslie. Someone is trying to take Mr. Leslie away. These thugs came out of nowhere and came rushing down the street. They just took him away without saying a word. They ran that way. I'm begging you, you have to help him. Okay. Who are you? What do you want? This is a dream. You can't take things you steal in a dream back to reality with you. Are you certain this is the anomaly? I am certain. His existence here has already violated multiple conditions in the dream agreement. Understood. Begin the removal process. What are you doing? This is bad. I have to stop them. Excuse me. Who is this? It does not matter. Interfering with the family enforcement is a breach of the dream agreement. They must be removed along with the anomaly. Okay.
Specimen sighted.
I don't remember us being this freaking serious.
Stand still.
I cannot believe the amount of health that I have compared to, like, the amount of health Lynx has compared to everybody else. That is insane.
Destiny isn't chosen.
Appreciate it.
Ill fate descends. I have something for you.
Commencing research.
Relax.
Oh no, I guess I'll just do this.
Good times. Time to say bye. Boom.
You won't get away.
Yeah, so I was
Ill-tidings manifest.
definitely right in assuming that it is pretty much because I haven't leveled up the other things on my kit that it is impossible for me right now to do the formidable foes until I level up my people a little bit more, which is fine. I'm in your debt, Mr. Toji. If you had not rescued me, I don't know what they would have done. Before you arrived, I overheard them mention a room number, room 1007. Could that be the hotel room that I entered the dream from? Also, they kept saying something about a dream anomaly. What on earth could that mean? I don't know how to wake up and can't remember the room number I answered the dream from. Maybe there is something wrong with me. Maybe they were here to wake you up. Really? I wouldn't be so certain. If that were the case, why would they have been so violent? The family would not normally treat guests in such a way. I must confess to you, Mr. Toji, I am very scared. I am scared that I will be faced with a terrifying reality when I awaken. I'm also afraid to lose the consciousness that I have now. At least now I can see, hear, and sense the world around me. Who knows what kind of changes my body has undergone in reality? Even if I know that this is a dream, so what? This dream world is realistic enough for many people to become immersed and feel alive, is it not? But every dream comes in awakening. You're right, but... Leslie falls silent for a moment. He lowers his head slightly as his slender eyebrows droop. His eyes that radiate warmth and greatness become hidden from sight as his handsome face becomes half devoured by the blue shadows. Okay. It would be a lie to say that I was not concerned with my real self in the slightest. I still remember the last time I met you in the dream, Mr. Toji. I said I wanted to save myself? However, after you left, I calmed down and began to think in greater depth. I began to question whether or not this fantasy of mine really needed to be shattered. I have everything that I could need here. Everything that I lost in the real world has been given to me once more in this dream. Dreams and reality, truth and falsehoods, must we separate them so clearly? I am willing to believe that the person you see before you is my true form. I don't wish to believe that in reality. I am nothing but a deformed body covered in scars. We all have to face reality eventually. Yeah. Leslie raises his head. Inside his lax gaze, you catch a glimpse of determination. Room 1007. Perhaps you could find time to take a look at what happened in there. If you happen to learn of the truth, I shall leave it up to you whether to share it with me or not. Right now, I find myself racked with incessant anxiety. I cannot bring myself to calm down and carefully consider my future. You are my savior, so I trust your judgment. For now, I should find a discreet corner and lay low. I don't want to find myself in trouble again. Well, that's the thing, that now that we've kind of pointed this out, I don't think there's ever going to be a time where you're not going to be disturbed. Yeah, nothing like having this very serious talk and then just...
Is that a stain? I like
just
this
music
coat.
that doesn't go well together.
One peach Soul Glad? Why isn't
Stop
there
drinking
a
Soul Glad.
sugar-free Soul Glad option?
And again, yeah, why isn't there sugar-free?
We can use it.
I'm sure I put it in my...
You found it, room 1007, the room that Leslie Dean mentioned. It is possible that the truth behind the cosmic star lies behind this door. Perhaps he has fallen into a deep sleep from which he cannot awake. No answer. Try to open. You sense that something is not right. If something were to happen to a great man like Leslie Dean, the family would not likely just ignore it. Considering the way the family treated Leslie Dean inside the dream, getting them involved may not be a good idea. That's if they haven't already taken action. You try turning the door handle with only a paltry amount of hope in your heart. The door is unlocked, but there is no guest to be found sleeping inside. A lot of overturned shit, though. Oh my god. There's a stack of pictures of Leslie Dean on the hotel room floor, and some of them have his personal autograph on them. Would someone really carry this many pictures on their person? You can't help but ask yourself, maybe this cosmic star is just half obsessed or self-obsessed. Again, I feel like it's somebody who doesn't want to accept the fact that Leslie Dean died in the crash, so they found somebody who they convinced to put into the dream and implanted his memories in them. There's an envelope lying in the bottom of the dream device with no signature or markings on it. You slide your fingers inside the already torn open envelope and pull out a yellow-tinged letter. The letter is covered in dense scribbled writing. It took a while for the Synthesia beacon to be able to translate it. Leslie Dean's Rebirth Project. What the fuck did I say? To the loyal fans of Leslie Dean, thank you for accepting our invitation. Now I'll explain all the details and steps that the Leslie Dean's Rebirth project entails. Step 1. We'll raise money through crowdfunding to purchase Leslie Dean's memory storage from the Epsilon Merchant Guild. I love being right. Okay. Step 2. We'll conduct a thorough study of Leslie Dean's memory storage to ensure every participant has an in-depth understanding of Leslie Dean's personality, character, and life. Step 3. We will visit Penacony and create a synesthesia dreamscape with the dream technology there by drawing from Leslie Dean's memory storage and our impression of him. We will reconstruct the body, mind, and spirit of the cosmic star in the dreamscape. Ladies and gentlemen, we are all here to witness to Leslie Dean's short-lived yet scintillating career. His sudden demise has left us all devastated. If you feel indignant about his fate, join the Leslie Dean's Rebirth project. We will have the opportunity to make up for the regrets and bring Leslie Dean back to his brilliant life. There's a lot of information in here. Let's summarize the main points. The person that lives here is not Leslie Dean. The real Leslie Dean died long ago. However, his memories have been preserved as memoria. A group of Leslie fans have found a way to pool their funds and purchase his memories, taking them into Penacony. Then they entered the dream as a group and connected their individual consciousness networks to recreate the image of Leslie Dean through the synesthesia dreamscape. The Leslie that I met in the dream, though infused with the memories of that cosmic star, was nothing more than just a fabricated fantasy. So the owner of this room must be... Who is in that room? None of y'all business! My chest, though. My memory. Or sticker. Leslie Dean. Oh, damn. That model in the game does not do any justice compared to what I'm seeing here on the card. Who are you? The gentleman living in this room should have been... He should have already checked out of this room? Did I forget to lock it after I finished cleaning? Well, if it wasn't locked... Where did the guests in this room go? This gentleman has already left Penacony. Tell me, I will not tell anyone. Okay, I beg that you please do not tell anyone about this, or else I know that the family will deem me negligent of my duties and forbid me from ever dreaming again. I heard that this client was forced to leave as he was behind on his room fees. He had been in Penacony for a very long time, but he didn't look like a rich man to me. Many people are willing to pay any price to experience the dreamscape. They go as far as to spend every penny to their name just to be in Penacony. Honestly, this is not the first time seeing a client like this, and I have not been here overly long. I have told you everything I can. If you don't mind, could you please leave this place? I need to hurry up and tidy this room. There are other guests that wish to move in. Okay, so it may not be somebody with the memories injected. The client in this room was forced to leave, having exhausted all of their savings. With the letter I read before, I could assume that they were one of the fans that assisted in reconstructing the image of Leslie Dean inside the dream. I wonder if this will affect Leslie in any way. I should return to the dream and check on him. Alright. Yeah, so it wasn't like... They didn't do it with just one person. They did it with a group of people that came in to help create an image of him.
Oh,
that is such a weird thing to want.
I like this.
Behind me? Yeah. Hey, man. You've returned, Toji. I was hoping that I could muster more of a friendly attitude, but I don't know why. I have been feeling dazed and nauseous ever since what happened before. I just cannot seem to muster any energy. I hope we can understand. I hope you can understand. I think I know why. The fact that you have come back to see me, does this mean that you have come to some understanding of my situation in reality? Please, tell me the truth, Mr. Toji. I think I am ready to accept it no matter how hard a reality it is to accept. You tell Leslie the truth, he is just a fantasy created by a group of crazed fans, and the true cosmic star has long since passed. I love the fact that we named them crazed fans. You mean I don't actually exist? Not anymore. Leslie's once glistening eyes suddenly lose their brilliance, as his face fades from the color of golden wheat to pale, then to pure white. Veins on either side of his graceful neck begin to protrude as his pulse becomes visible to the naked eye. You suddenly realize that this moment of despair weighs on him as heavy as a century of suffering. But his downtrodden demeanor does not last long. Just as the last glint of light is about to fade from his eyes, a new flame kindles in his pupils. Thank you, Mr. Toji. The truth that was extremely important to me. I understand now why those memories that were supposed to belong to me felt so distant and strange. I finally understand. I am the Leslie Dean that exists inside other people's ideals. Yet I am far from being the man himself. The reason for my existence is to take his place, but I could never become him. Many people are still paying a price to maintain the existence of this body of mine. They are paying with their finances, their time, their lives, and even their selves. However, Mr. Toji, I wish to know, do you think that treasuring the memories of someone who has already passed is worth such a lofty price to the living? I truly think it is up to them to decide. You are correct. This is their own decision, but I do not wish to sit idly by. It was not my personal will that I would appear in this place. Though I could not decide when I came, I would like to make my own decision on when I go. Toji, would you help me once more? I wish to summon the people that created me. No matter how sweet the dream, delving into deep only leads to suffocation. I should help them face the realities. Sure. Oh no, this person's emo dial is locked. But we might be able to find a suitable replacement lock cylinder. Well, I mean, I apparently already found it. About to enter Leslie Dean's emoscape. Are you ready? Tick tock. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. This is my... No, that's not right. This is a world constructed by Leslie followers. This is where they created me. Being in this place, I feel like I am looking into a mirror. However, what this mirror reflects is my eternal organs. It allows me to see my own soul up close. But if I look closely, all you can see is a void. A true soul cannot be simply created from thin air. My apologies. I am complaining without just reason. It is time for us to go and liberate those souls that truly do exist. Robert, wake the fuck up! What stands before you is a simple hotel room door. However, you have a strong feeling that what lies behind this door is far from a simple room. Robert, that is the name of the master of this space. Let's go inside. I am prepared to face my creator. Well, this is different. Great news, Robert. Green-eared Josie just got a hold of a source for ancient dreams of distant stars. For real? Where'd he get that? Is it high def? It's 16K res. At least that's what he said. Well, you want to rent it? I don't have any money at all. My mom cut off my allowance ever since she caught me secretly renting tapes last time. What? What's wrong with liking movies? Plus, this is Leslie Dean's debut work. Your mother has no taste at all. Don't worry, I'll cover it this time. Come to my place after school next time and we can watch it together. Thank you, Harry. Robert, I feel like our senses were linked for a moment then. His home planet is an impoverished land that has been under IPC sanctions ever since the Interstellar Energy War. The only way that they are able to watch movies is by renting tapes from smugglers at a high price. Harry is Robert's best friend, and he's like an older brother to him. I could sense that Robert relies on him greatly. Let's keep watching. Oh, we're gonna watch him slowly grow up? Yes, sirree. Thanks for the hydrate, Tim. I've been doing a lot of talking. You need to accept reality, Rob. Harry is not here anymore. Okay. That's a good start. We still have so many films we haven't watched together. Purple Rain. Harry's favorite movie is Purple Rain. We promised one day we would meet the real Leslie Dean and get an autograph from him. Wake up, Rob. We live in a world without hope. These concepts of interstellar travel and cosmic star have nothing to do with us. I am trying to keep you from those things because... No, I don't want to hear it. If I want to leave this place, I want all of this to be gone. Oh, I want to leave this place. Whoops. You don't understand what makes something beautiful. None of you understand. Only he does. Harry. Harry, so optimistic, ever strong, but also so ill-fated. To have his life cut short by an accident at his age. Having lost his best friend, Robert was on the verge of collapse. He felt anger and rage towards everything around him, just injustice and despair, so he began to search for a way to escape. In doing so, he found me. Let's keep watching. I don't know if I want to. Why do I have to go through this guy's trauma? What the? Oh, you're laying down, that's why. A picture of two people together, Robert and Leslie Dean. Leslie's face is adorned with the expression you would expect from a huge star, bright, confident, and just the right amount of pride. Standing next to him, Robert appears dry and plain. He is by no means unattractive, it's just that standing next to the great Leslie Dean in his prime, he seems unremarkable in comparison. Okay. Robert's mouth is slightly upturned at the corners as if he is trying his hardest to give a satisfactory smile to the person behind the camera, but his empty eyes betray him. He is drowning. Robert was able to leave his hometown, albeit using methods that he would not easily share with others. He began a journey of losing himself, trying to find the Leslie Dean that exists in his ideals. What he never realized was, though he thought he had been fighting back all this time, he was just really running away. Running away from the shadow that kept him trapped, running away from the truth that his best friend had died. He thought that if he only found me and fulfilled their dream, then the dark shadow of their past would disappear. He locked himself in a world of only Leslie Dean. He could not bring himself to face the true source of his suffering. However, when this bubble that gave him a place to hide suddenly burst, he no longer knew where to go. So that's why he went into this undertaking, giving up on himself to maintain a false ideal. We have to make Robert remember. We have to make him remember that light he once had in his life. In this story, I am no more than a scapegoat. We have to allow Harry to become Robert's star once more. Please help him, Toji. Holy shit! This is some deep stuff the game has decided to go into. Use the function below. Oh. Children! Turn off the TV and change the photograph at the table. Change photo. Gently, you remove the picture of Robert and Leslie from the table and replace it with that of two young childhood friends. You are aware that no matter how much noise you make in this space, it is unlikely you have any real effect on Robert, but you still wish to complete this operation gently and carefully. There is a clip of Leslie Dean being interviewed by a famous talk show host playing on the television. You cannot hear their conversation clearly, but you can see two people with beaming smiles. Their dancing eyebrows and upturned smiles are proof that their joy is not manufactured in any way. Turn it off. The moment you press the switch on the television, Leslie Dean's soothing voice comes to a sudden stop and echoes into the void around you, before disappearing entirely. The silence that now covers this spiritual space suddenly feels like a deafening clamor. You feel a little lonely on Robert's behalf, but for the sake of his life, he must bear and process the loneliness by himself. That should be enough, right? Even if the beginnings of this process is painful, I hope that he can recall his childhood friend and remember who is truly important to him. As for whether to move forward or continue to wallow, we cannot make that decision for him. But at least we have given him an opportunity to truly face what he feels inside. I hope that he can reclaim his life. How would we test? Yeah. There may be a way for us to test the results. The greater the effect of our results, the weaker the foundation of this body should become. When the time comes, I should be able to feel the effects our actions have brought. Let's go. There are others awaiting us. Gotta drive home, you'll be back. Okay, Tim, have a safe drive. I've got to force people to accept the trauma in their lives. It's gonna be a great time. Jillian, huh? This must be this fan's name. Let's go. Let's see what has happened to her. Hello? I find the oddity. Okay. It seems that I have already dominated her entire world. All of those standing there are her imaginings of Leslie Dean. I can remember certain moments. They were truly uncomfortable. I remember crazed fans hiding on unexpected street corners, spying, taking secret pictures, and sending messages that would chill you to the bone. Yeah, that sounds about right for a celebrity. This is the burden that stars and public figures must bear. They shouldn't! though a lot of people think that these byproducts are nothing in comparison to the fame and wealth that they enjoy. It seems that Miss Jillian was also one of these crazed fans once, fanatical to the point that she still continues to maintain this version of me even after I am gone. I wonder if she has even realized that this sick love has begun to destroy her life. Let us awaken her. Yeah! Yeah, sure. Gonna have a great time. I have to talk to all of these. Anyone who slanders the name of Leslie Dean is my enemy. They are villains that must be eradicated. It is not so easy to differentiate between criticism and slander. I have been lost in the waves of these two voices before too. This is a lifelong lesson, one that I have never truly grasped until the end. But I did come to understand one thing. Those slanderous voices outside had not been a personal attack on me for a long time. They gradually evolved into a vicious cycle of perpetual opposition. A battle that was destined to never have a victor. I no longer care about this baseless slander, Miss Jillian. I just want to bring the cycle of sadness and malevolence to an end. Anyone who slanders is my enemy, they are villains, and they... Bye. He has no flaws, absolutely none. Sorry to disappoint you, Miss Jillian, but nobody is perfect. My shortcomings and weaknesses are piled up high in a corner that you just cannot see. I have made too many mistakes in my life to count, and they have all become meticulously hidden skeletons in my closet. But they are all a part of me. I cannot shy away from their existence. I hope that everyone's imperfections can be understood. After all, if we live under a magnifying glass every day, sooner or later we will be incinerated by the rays of the sun. He has no flaws, and he... Bye. He's mine, mine. It's wrong. I think we have found the source, thank God. I can sense it, a powerful desire that came from pouring from the base of her heart. It's powerful, a terrifying desire for possession. The roots of this desire have grown too deep. I will not be able to handle this alone. Toji, will you take action? The negative memes affecting Miss Jillian have grown so powerful that we will only be able to dispel them with an even greater power. Okay, I'm ready. Sometimes violence is the only way to combat something that does not respond to logic. He's mine, mine, mine! Be careful, it is extremely aggressive. He's mine for... It better not be. Or I'm never completing this. Shit!
Memories are beneath the waters, lies an endless abyss!
Stand still.
Okay, I don't think it's very powerful. Not as powerful as the formidable foe.
Destiny is apparent.
Oh, this is better.
Fate descends.
Perhaps you
I can live with
humanity
this.
never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
I hope we've done enough. When it comes to Miss Jillian, perhaps this was the only method to open her eyes. I am sure that many people have attempted to lecture her in the past. I imagine she's long since become numb to reason. Inside the spiritual space, Leslie suddenly falls backward. He staggers and stumbles a couple of steps before forcing himself back to his feet. Are you okay? I'm fine. Thank you for your concern. I can feel it. The foundations that compose this body are gradually collapsing. I think this means that our work has not been in vain. Let us continue to the next location. I imagine someone else is waiting for us. I leave. Who's next? Why are we back here? Flora? I wonder what kind of life this woman has lived. Wait, Flora? Do you know her? They may just be someone with the same name, surely. Sorry, this name just seemed to rouse my memories. Let's go. We must be quick. I don't know how much longer this body can hold on. Well, that's fine. We don't need to get everybody woken up, because at the rate that it's going, they're not gonna have a strong enough sense to keep the lie of his memory open. Flora, it's really her. Who's she? She's my former assistant. But why would she? I never thought that she would have such a strong obsession. There must be more than meets the eye here. Let's get closer and take a look. Doesn't have to be an obsession. It could just be somebody that freaking misses you, my guy. Oh, if I have to fall. Okay, thank God. Mr. Dean, come, let me introduce you. This is Flora, our company's most promising young worker. From today forth, she will be your personal assistant. His eyes are even more mesmerizing in person. Mr. Dean, hello! I look forward to learning from you in the future. It's a pleasure, Miss Flora. You really are a charming young lady. I'm sure we will work wonderfully together. Okay, so she was a fan before. Mr. Dean, I will have Flora accompany you for tomorrow's shoot so she can get used to the working environment. You won't mind, do you? I will work my hardest. I will not let you down. Stay cool, Flora. You must stay professional. Yes, she was already a fan before, so never mind. Scratch that. She has an obsession. Oh. That was sudden. Mr. Leslie, are you hungry? Would you like something to eat? Leslie seems exhausted. I'm not hungry. But you haven't eaten anything all day. Perhaps this is a bad time? I told you I'm not hungry. Can you not hear? The shoot was scheduled for 10 a.m. tomorrow. I will contact the crew and have them push it back. But today is your birthday. Please make sure you get some rest this evening, Mr. Dean. Good night. Huh. He did... Okay. The memory dean that we've been messing with, he did say that he was already physically and mentally exhausted. So, I don't know if I would call this a bad obsession from her part. She was just really worried about him at this point. Thank you for disappearing. What's wrong, Flora? Why are you crying? Don't keep this bottled up. You can tell me anything. I mustn't complain. I am his assistant. Oh. I'm fine. I'm honestly fine. Lately, you've been looking sad. Did something happen at work? I'm honestly fine, Lisa. Don't worry about me. Harm his image? Didn't you mention a cake store that you liked before? How about we go and check it out this afternoon? Oh, I cannot harm his image. Then what the hell did he do? Why are you so quiet all of a sudden? Give us a smile! What's that? Where's that bubbly, happy Flora we know and love gone? Okay. I've told you everything I needed to. Now, as this crucial juncture, I'm not even sure what to say. Leslie. Ah, I see. Flora, you know, don't you? After this tour, I will be switching agencies. Idiot. Idiot. Of course I do, Mr. Dean, but at least for today, I am still your assistant. I was wondering, would it be possible... Mr. Dean? Idiot. Idiot. Forget it. It's nothing. Don't worry about it. Every adventure must come to an end someday. Take care of yourself, Flora. Thank you. You take care of yourself, too. Ah. May we meet again, Mr. Dean. Alright, just straight obsession. People's emotions are complicated. You really were such a jerk. I would not consider it such a jerk. She already was a fan of him before she was given that professional job to be next to him a lot. So, because she never spoke up about it or decided to leave the professional setting, she ended up screwing herself over. That was all a her problem compared to a him problem. That they are, Mr. Toji. In life, is there anything more painful than missing a chance? Well, she did miss a chance. She could have spoke up. This is all my... No. I was slow and No. Thankfully, it seems fate has gifted me a second chance. Though my body no longer remains, I still have the opportunity to change something in this way. I wish to speak with Flora. I will not miss out again this time. She must not waste her life on a memory. These wounds that were once caused by Leslie Dean, I will now What wounds did he cause? By just him fucking living his life. Okay, it's her freaking obsession, not his problem. I know I don't have the whole story, but my god, parasocial relationships don't work for a reason. Flora, Mr. Dean, why are you still here? Your flight is about to take off. If you don't hurry... Relax, they will not leave without me. Have you forgotten who I am? Causing trouble again, I see. Don't fret about such small things. More importantly, do you have something that you want to say to me? Mr. Dean, please don't make jokes like this. This flight is about to take off and everyone is waiting for you. If you keep acting like this... No, Flora, I will not go. Tonight, I will bid farewell to a woman. This woman has played an irreplaceable role in my life, even if she does not know it. Kind, meticulous, patient, she has more good qualities than I could ever list. With her by my side, my life could not have been smoother. She took on the weight of my responsibilities so that I could continue to focus on my own career. For the love of God! This is definitely made up in her head. I took everything that she did for me for granted. Only after all this time did I realize how childish and idiotic I was. I hope that she can forgive me for this. It was her fucking job. Her fucking job. But there is something more important than all this. If I had not turned back, if I had never had this conversation, her life would fall to the depths and I would personally have caused her unhappiness. No. No. I will not leave until you unravel the knot that is consuming you from within. You know, even if he was an asshole and never said anything, never said any thanks or anything to her as an assistant, then yeah, that's a little bit on him. But the fact that, yeah, exactly. Oh, okay, never mind. I haven't been reading the past few lines because I'm bitching about the fact that that this memory, because it is still made up of fans, I do not think the real Leslie Dean would have done this, or even had the reason to do this, or the right to do this. Like I said, he could have been a shitty celebrity. He may not have said thank you to her during the times that he should have, but it was still always from what I can get, it was still always a professional setting from his side. She has always had this obsession and this love for him before they were even in a professional setting, and she could not keep it to a professional setting. That is on her, not on him. There was a moment just now. I suddenly felt like all of the problems that had been bothering me before were no longer important. Who am I? The question has been following me since the moment I first took this form. Not the real Leslie Dean. When I was reading Flora's memories, I felt like I was inside a painting for the first time. Her words and emotions truly shook my heart. At this moment, I finally believed I no longer need to doubt my existence. I am an extension of the life of Leslie Dean. I am composed of Leslie Dean's memories along with people's ideas and impressions of him. I have started to feel that these two things are enough to form a person to make me, me. I no longer need this hollow body to prove my existence. Thank you. Without your help, I would never have been able to do any of this alone. Let us leave this place. I'm feeling tired. Congrats on fixing Leslie Dean's emo dial. Tick-tock! Alright, leave. Leave. Leave.
Oh, is that a stain?
We're back. Leslie's voice is growing weaker, his skin and clothing slowly growing as transparent as light muslin? The cityscape of Penacony reflected on his body, half illusion, half true. No blood or bones could be seen under his skin, only candles and starlight. None of this is happening. My body feels so light, so powerless. My mind, I feel it growing thin. My senses are becoming dull. The dream is over, but I don't know why I feel at ease. I've never felt this peace of mind inside the dream world like this. I feel like I can see myself, the Leslie Dean inside my body. It's as if he's smiling at me and saying, well done. It is strange to say it, I was so scared of losing myself, but ever since you told me the truth, I've gained the courage to let go. After experiencing all of this with you, I feel even more determined. I know that I have done the right thing. Mr. Toji, may I ask you a final question? In the future, after I disappear, how do you think people will remember the name Leslie Dean? He is the star who will never die, loving, noble, oh my god. Leslie Dean, Cosmic Star. Indeed, Leslie Dean was born for the silver screen. That star once shined bright in the sky. Even if it was just a fleeting moment, there are those who would remember his brilliance forever. I should be grateful to those people that used the dreamscape to create me. They gave their passion and their lives to create me, so it was my duty to repay them and help them move on. They created an opportunity for me and allowed me to give Leslie Dean's story a greater ending. After experiencing all of this with you, I feel like I truly lived. Even if I am wrong, this is something that I will treasure above all. We may never meet again, but I pray that the gentle universe blesses your every breath, my friend. My favorite movie is The Mint-Colored Galaxy. If you get an opportunity, I hope you will watch it together with the one you love. That movie doesn't exist for me, but thanks. Thanks. Ba-ba. Again, like, we just finished this story, and here's the ba. Like, it does not fit the mood for what I just went through. Oh my god. Okay. That was fun.